notes. Don't start studying last minute. Go home, start your assignment, because at the end of the day, you're gonna have your own grades, they're gonna have their own grades. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Egom Monashe, and today I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be doing a very simple video, sit-down video. I'm going to be giving you guys some study tips on how to be productive when studying, or just not to feel overwhelmed when you want to study, because I know it can be overwhelming to want to study or to just like deal with the whole school situation as a whole. But before we get into this video, please make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, comment down below what videos you want to see next, and click that bell button so that you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. Guys, we're on our way to 100 subscribers, and I would appreciate if you just subscribe. If you're subscribed, please tell your dog, your auntie, your mom, your dad, your niece or nephew to subscribe to my channel, because I think my channel is cool, But without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so before we even get into the details of what you should or you shouldn't do when you're studying, and just the tips that help with most people, I just want to say that the tips that I'm going to give might work or might not work for other people. People study differently, people have different patterns and different things that work for them. So I'm just going to be sharing the things that worked for me and the things that didn't work for me. So don't take this as you should do this or you should not do this. This is just like a general idea of at least how I did things. So yeah, the first thing we're gonna talk about is know the kind of learner that you are. I don't know, I think if you're in high school or in college, you should at least know what this is. But basically it's the different types of people and how they learn. So there's 4 main different types. I think there's visual, auditory, kinematic, and written. I'm not sure. But know the kind of learner that you are, so that you know how you're going to deal with your whole studying situation. For me personally, I'm a visual person and a writing person. So usually when professors show videos or pictures and things like that, I realize that those things stick in my mind more. And I also take notes by writing, because if I just tell myself that I'm gonna listen in class, it usually doesn't work, because I can't pay attention. I can't listen for a long time. I'll listen for 5 seconds and then it just doesn't work. So know the kind of learner that you are, so that you know how to do with things. Number 2 is that make a timetable or make a plan. This is very important. For a long time I just thought that you can just there's some noise outside. For a long time I thought that you could just wing, just start studying without making a plan or whatever. But no, you definitely need a plan to know how things are gonna go. For me personally, I don't like doing a timetable for the whole semester or for the whole academic year. I like making my timetables on my plan weekly, because usually for me, for everyone, I think we have different schedules every week. So I don't want to make a plan and not be able to follow it, a long-term plan and not be able to follow it. So I prefer just doing a weekly plan, because usually I know how my week is going to go. I know that, okay, on this day I'm gonna have to go to church, on this day I'm gonna have to do this, on this day I'm going to hang out with my friends. So I don't put anything for those times and those days that I know that I'm going to be too busy. And I would on the weeks that I'm just free the whole week, I just make sure that I put something for the whole week. Also, on the issue of plans, make sure that you make a timetable according to how you work. Don't overestimate yourself. That's one thing I'm gonna say. Don't think that you're all of a sudden going to be able to do something that you've never done before. So make your plan knowing the kind of person that you are. If you know that you can't study too many subjects in one day, don't try to be too, for high scholars or even for college students, don't try to study geo, history, math, everything in one day. If you know that you like studying 1 subject per day, then that's cool. If you know that you like studying 2 subjects per day, then that's cool. Don't try to be like everyone else, because people are different. Know the kind of things that work for you, and that will make you go far. And then number 3 is take notes, especially if you're a writing kind of person, the things we talked about in the first point. Take notes, guys. Notes are very important, especially when you're studying for your final exams. Take notes. That's very important. Also, according to the kind of person that you are and how you take notes and how you try to remember things and how you just like to lay out your notes, it depends. But I'm going to be I'm going to try and explain how I personally take notes. So usually, number one, I usually take notes in class. Like when the professor is teaching, I try to take notes in class, and then when he mentions something that is not in the slides, those are the most important things. Because like, yeah, we have the slides and the PowerPoints and everything, but usually when we're in class, you know, they obviously mention the things that are not in the PowerPoints, and make sure to jot those points down. On top of taking notes in class, also try to like watch videos, research more, so that you don't have only the information that you were taught in class. So try to go an extra mile. It helps when you're in exam and like you're just like talking about the things that were not talked about in class but are related to the material that you're talking about. Usually it impresses the examiner because they know that, okay, this student studies further or beyond what they're taught. And on the layout, I personally usually I have like an A4 paper like this. It's usually a book, but like, you know, A4 book, and then I fold it in half like this. And then I have basically 4 pages. This is like 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. And then I take my notes like in a little handwriting. I think most of you guys have seen a lot of people do this. And like, you might ask why you have to like take your notes and like small handwriting and like try to squeeze them on 1 page. For me personally, it just makes me feel like I have less things to read than if I have 4 actual pages that I have to read. And usually what I do is, if I'm studying either from like a textbook or from a video, or I'm in class, I take the important points. Not everything that is being said is important, and not everything that you read is important. The things that you know you're not going to remember but are very important, and also like try to shorten them. Don't try to write the whole sentence. I'm just going to give like an example. If it's like the definition of history is the study of like the events of the past. Instead of you like starting from like history is the study of the events of, just like write the topic history and then just like write events of the past. Highlight your main topic with your different, that's how I like doing things, like highlighting things, knowing that, okay, my topics are in this color, and then my formulas are in this color, my important words or meanings are in this color, definitions and things like that. It really helps when you're studying, when you're like studying for the final exam, or when you're trying to remember stuff. As I said, I'm a visual person, so usually when I do things like that and I'm in an exam, I just like literally just see a picture of my notes and like how I wrote my notes and everything, and that's how I usually remember things. So hopefully if you guys try that, it will help. For those that have different techniques, then great, but make sure you take notes, because taking notes is really important. If you're a person that listens to everything in class and just like remembers everything, then that's great, but I know for most people they need to take notes. The next important one is, don't start studying last minute. This is coming from a person who has always done it, and I can tell you right now, it's not a good thing. It's very stressful. It just raises your anxiety level, and usually I feel like you don't perform to the best of your ability. And I know there's a lot of people that are like, yeah, I've done it a lot of times and I usually get good grades, so I can do it. But guys, if we're being honest, the grade or the mark that you get after studying a night before your exam and the grade that you would get if you started studying on time are 2 different grades. Like, you will pass, yeah, but like you don't really get the mark that you would get if you started studying on time. So I would advise people to start studying way before the exam date. Or if it's an assignment, I struggle with this so much. I procrastinate so much. I'm always like, yeah, I'm gonna start tomorrow, and then I never start tomorrow. But whenever I actually start my assignments on time, it's like easy peasy, because you're not under pressure. You study one step at a time. You know, you don't have to spend the whole day studying. You just give yourself like an hour or 2 hours just to study, and then you can do other things, you know, for the rest of the day. But if you start studying last minute, now you have to spend the rest of your day studying. You have to spend the rest of your night studying, and studying is not fun if you're being honest. So don't start studying last minute. It doesn't help. It doesn't work. You just get yourself in a situation that will not get the best out of you. The next point that I have is that know the time and the environment that works for you. By time, I mean like you should know if you're good at studying in the morning or studying at night. Personally, I'm a night person. If I tell myself that I'm going to study in the morning, that's just a lie that I'm getting myself into, and then I'll disappoint myself the following morning because I won't wake up on time, or even I wake up, even if I wake up on time, I just can't put myself in a studying situation in the morning. That's just the kind of person that I am. I'm a night person, so I prefer just studying at night, just like at least sleeping late but studying at night, because I realized I'm more productive at night, like with like, even besides studying, like with just everything else. I literally do my laundry at night, I do my deep cleaning at night. This is probably not a good thing, but I'm a night person. I prefer doing most of my stuff at night, so whenever I'm making a timetable or I'm planning on where I'm gonna study or just do my assignments, I usually plan to do them at night, because I know that's the kind of person that I am. But if you're a morning person, you know, do it in the morning. Wake up early, wake up at 6, do your things, and then just start studying. I can't do that. So know the time that works for you. Just don't study at night just because you feel like you have to. Know what works for you. And then the next one is the environment that I talked about. Some people can't study in noisy situations, some people can't study in quiet places. I actually have a friend who always says that I like going in noisy places because that's when I study more productive, and it still doesn't make sense to me even up to now, but that's how they do their thing, and I'm not gonna judge them. I personally love being in a very, very quiet environment with no distraction whatsoever, because I get distracted very easily. So know the environment that works for you in terms of like noises, but also like just the tidiness of the place and things like that. Like some people need to make sure that the place is super, super clean, so that's how they can get themselves to study. And then some people just like can study in whatever situation. So yeah, also some people like can't study at home, so they prefer spending late nights at the library or the study room at school, because that's what works for them. I sometimes do that when I'm like under pressure and I have a lot of work to do, and I'm just scared that if I get home I'm not going to be able to do as much work as I would do if I'm in the library. So I usually like stay at school and like go to the library or the study room and then just do all my work there, and then, you know, just know that I'm done for the day. So yeah. Oh, I'm now on the last point. I really don't know how to phrase this sentence, but I wrote it as don't follow the crowd, or like I wrote it as don't listen to what everyone says or don't do what everyone does. I really don't know how to phrase it. But what I'm basically trying to say is that we all have those people that are always like, oh my god, I haven't started studying, I haven't studied the assignment, I haven't studied this. And if you follow those people, you're gonna fail or you're gonna be disappointed, because most of the time those people are lying. They've already started their assignments, they've already started studying, they just don't want to tell you, or whatever reason. I'm not one of those people, so I really don't know why they do that. So don't listen to what people say. If someone says, oh my god, I haven't started studying, so don't worry, like we're good, we're on the same page, whatever. Go home, start your assignment, because at the end of the day, you're gonna have your own grades, they're gonna have their own grade. So don't listen to what people say, don't listen to what everyone says, because you're gonna cry and you're gonna regret everything. So I would advise you just to do what works for you and not follow the crowd. Anyways guys, that was it for today's video. I hope you learned a thing or two from my video, and I hope you liked the video. I'll see you guys in the next video, and again, please make sure to subscribe so that I can get to 100 subscribers. And that's it for today's video. Bye.